Hello, I'm Dr. Frances Pitsillis. 1 in 4 people in New Zealand develop asthma. This is such a big problem. It causes a lot of illness, a huge cost to the community, and many hospitalisations. One of the things that we have been looking at within the research over the last few years is the concept of the hygiene hypothesis. And this is the observation that if that person's environment seems to be too clean, that they're more likely for their immune system when they're a child to skew towards asthma, allergies and autoimmune diseases than to remain relatively normal. This has come from the knowledge that the asthma rate has doubled across the civilised world since 1980. Simply put, the hygiene hypothesis is a theory that naturally occurring infections somehow immunise the body against the development of asthma, allergy and autoimmune disease. These natural infections come from eating dirt, being with animals, children going to daycare, all of those sorts of things. It also includes if you're the second or subsequent child in the family. We know that this influences you to be more normal than becoming more asthmatic or reacting to your environment. And now, with all the research on the microbiome is all the bacteria all over your body. And what we know about that is that it's 10 times more predominant from a cellular point of view than the number of cells you have in your body. Yes, it's true. When the researchers did the human DNA project, they found that we had 10 times more DNA for bacteria. So keeping the bacteria in a certain way, in a balanced, friendly way, is obviously the way we were made. We weren't made to be having antibiotics that disrupt our gut flora and other drugs and excessive stress and other things that disrupt our gut flora and then influence the immune system, which is close to the gut flora, to then be more reactive to our environment. So in all cases of asthma, allergy, eczema, hay fever and autoimmune diseases, we're interested in understanding this, and then that helps us to help control the development of this in children and then also to treat it in adults. So in children, if you're born by a caesarean section, instead of getting your mother's microbiome, your mother's gut flora, you get the microbiome of the theatre. If you're not breastfed, you won't get her probiotics in the breast milk. So if you want to protect your child and you might think that you might have a caesarean section and not be able to breastfeed, it's a good idea to start a good general probiotic before birth and then after birth for at least a month. If you're already an adult, how can you help yourself be less reactive and less atopic, allergic or hay fever or eczema? Well, you need to think about what you're putting into that microbiome. The body doesn't want gluten, and in asthmatics, I think that they do better without milk, yogurt and ice cream in some people. I think that they do well with some fish oil, some general probiotic, correcting any vitamin D, zinc, vitamin C deficiency, and getting enough sleep and having a stress-free life. So isn't it interesting that it all comes down to our gut flora and the bugs in our body, how we get them and where we get them from, and then it goes back to how good your mother's is, and then whether we have an environment that's too clean, that's devoid of bugs and that's got antibiotics cleaning everything up and affecting our gut. So it comes back to, it all starts from the gut, and looking after that is the key.